Hello everybody, this is Japhet from the Arc of Trading, back at it with the daily top 10 for today, Friday, February 5th. What a first week of February, and I'm excited to give you guys this daily top 10 technical analysis for today. So before we start, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that you'll know when I next upload my videos. And it's gonna be a weekend, so I'm gonna be uploading a tutorial either tomorrow or on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. And if you find something useful in this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Let's get 20 likes on this video. Let's get right into our analysis. So up first, we should look at the market summary for today. So it ended on a good note today. We had a negative 400 million, I believe, yesterday. But today, look at that. We have a positive net foreign today. And they might be battling who gets to go push this market. But today, we definitely saw the bulls winning, the buyers winning. And all of our sectors are up. And except for some areas, we had the negative net foreign. But all of our sectors are up. And you could see, wow, 100 points gained today for PSE for our index. So that's good. This support area held after it broke back into this support area. It held, and now we are rallying on the upside, breaking this, this support right here and wanting to retest this level right here. The previous higher support that was held back in December and then broke down below that, so it's trying to retest that level again. But I'm excited to see where the market goes. This is definitely a good momentum shift for our market, or maybe we'll be seeing a higher low and a lower high at the same time in this area. So we shall see where it builds a support, like a solid support, before rallying and breaking hopefully our 7,200 points. But today, definitely good news that we had 51 million net foreign, and even though we had a low of 6,800 points today, it bounced up and ended on a positive note with plus 115 points, closing above 7,000 points. So that's good news. It's wanting to retest this, and if it does a break above, that's good news for PSE. So up first on our trending stock, we have, of course, Dito, where there's a huge catalyst going on because March is coming up. So yes, it's still in this range. We can see that it's trying to push and test that 52-week high of 14.74. It closed today at 14.54. That's 20 cents away. And we saw 4% gain today. So that's good. And we see a positive net foreign on this one. So yes, our chart is still holding up. We don't know if it's going to get rejected here or if it's going to break above right away. So we shall see. If it does break above, that is good news. And if it does retest the support level, it would be a great place to accumulate shares. But for sure, it wants to test this previous resistance. Let us see if it will succeed on this second attempt after being rejected last January. So now after a month, it's retesting it again. So let's see how it plays out. Up next, we have ACEN, who maintained this support level. It's currently undecided as we see a doji candle right here, like a little bit of a doji candle, but it ended on a positive 0.14%. So we did see a net foreign buying. The net foreign buyers won today, and there was more of them, but we hit a low of 7.06. So it really wants to touch that 7 peso mark, but our support held from yesterday. Yeah, from yesterday's push down, and now it's slowed down on its push. So we shall see if it bounces up. If it does, that's great news. But if it does break down, yikes, we might be seeing a test of the 6 peso level. So let's hope and that this support level will hold up, and we shall wait and see whether it is good to accumulate now and then hopefully bounces up, or should we wait for the 6 peso level, as we see that as an area of a bigger support. So yes, it's trying to build the support right here, and hopefully it does, fingers crossed, and it carries on to the next few days and maybe have a momentum shift of an uptrend again. A rally on the upside would be nice, so that we'll be testing these heights right here on the 10 peso mark. So yes, good news, positive today on the net foreign side, and that's what we shall watch what happens to ACEN on next week. So watch out for that on Monday. And right now, let's see what is happening with PHA, who also ended on almost 1% up today. So yes, it is holding this sorry for that move. It is holding this trend line up here. So as we've drawn, it could potentially break and retest this resistance support turn resistance level right here. It could break and retest that really soon before rallying to the upside again. So yes, our chart holds up. This uptrend holds up, and we shall see what happens on this one, whether this will hold or this support area will get tested again before rallying on the upside. So we shall wait and see, but it's currently on an upward trajectory, which is good for PHA. And now let's move on to where APL is going. APL is still maintaining that support level, resistance turn support once, or like the past week or so. So here we are still maintaining that daily time frame support, so that is good news. I'll remove that line so it's not as messy, but yes, that is still holding, and this resistance is still holding. So right now would be a great time to accumulate if you trust this company, or else we could be seeing a movement on the upside, but then this could also push to the lower level at 0.16 0.17 area. We shall see what happens. So yes, for now, let's see what it does over the next few days, and or next week, I mean. So let's see if this support really does hold, but I think it is trying to break out. So there is an indecision going on right here with the bulls and the bears, but they're shrinking this, forming that symmetrical triangle, and it could either break down or break up. So we shall see. Price action wise, we will need to wait for confirmation before buying into this one. So up next, we have BSC. Let me go ahead and save this chart first. And yes, we are still holding that support level, although we are indeed seeing here a rise on the prices. So it's slightly going on an uptrend right here, holding that uptrend support level. So we could also be seeing a symmetrical triangle here, a bigger one. We shall see what happens, but I am more than sure, I'm pretty sure that it would want to test this level and retest also this higher low levels right here before shrinking and possibly exploding. Let's see. It could break down, honestly. It could break down. It could break above right here, or it could break down. So be cautious on this one. This is still in a state of indecision as well, just as we have seen from APL. So we shall see where it goes. But for me, it's still on this indecision phase, and before jumping in, I would love to be sure and see a confirmation first before jumping in. So yes, let's move on to our next one. We have a newcomer, I believe, with VUL. Have I charted this? Nope, not yet. It's a fresh one for us today. So yes, just like how I do it, since it's a new stock, let's look at how I identify what's going on and tell the story about what's going on with this one as well. So we do see resistance right here. I like to include the wicks because if you go to a smaller time frame, there's actually a candle right there for sure. Yeah, that reached it. So I chart on the daily time frame. So it's a bigger time frame. It definitely will hold. So if you go to the smaller time frame, you're more sure that what's going on in the bigger time frame is also happening on the smaller time frame. So yes, what happened here was it had a resistance up there, and there was a downtrend right here. It was broke above, but we also see this uptrend right here, which is the most important part, and we see a breakout on the upside with this candle. So this is a symmetrical candle as well, indecision, and finally it broke above, and then now it broke above our resistance level beautifully. We have a candle close, and it rallied up until 2.83. So wow, with a positive net foreign. So yes, 2.50, 2.82 or 2.83, yes, but it closed down here, so it kind of got rejected, but then that's okay because we might be hopefully seeing support level built on this area right here. Hopefully a support does build here, because if it does, we know that this is going to be on a good uptrend as well. But if it doesn't, and if it breaks back in, we can hope for it to retest this level of support from the uptrend, the trend line right here, trend line as support. So yeah, we shall wait and see what happens on this one, but I am hoping that it does build a support area on 2.4 levels as it pulls back, as it got rejected right here. So it got rejected right here, pushed it down the prices. So yeah, I'm gonna mark it there. First time this happened was when there was a rally here too. So it got rejected on this area, but then as it broke out of this resistance, it got rejected again with this massive wick showing, and hoping that it builds a support right here. If not, it could build maybe potentially a support around this area right here at 2.16. So if it does break back in a little bit. So yes, we are looking at those areas to build support to maintain that uptrend. So watch out for this one and see what happens before jumping in right away. You don't want to be caught on the top right here, and you want it to build support first before jumping in. So up next we have trending again. So yes, it is maintaining this trend line as we have seen. My arrow was accurate that it was wanting to retest this trend line, so it did go down a little bit. So it just went lower and lower up until here it closed at 2.79. So yeah, it's still hitting this 4H support turned resistance, so it's still respecting it as a resistance. So it does really want to go back down to this level and potentially crossing our resistance line right here and this trend line. So where that crosses might be a good area to target for the next support level and maybe a potential area to buy. But watch out for this one because it might break through. It might break through, which is tough if it does, but hoping that the scenario would be it breaks back above here in this area, because we see a push right here. It came from here, we see a push, so there is a chance that it could break back in to this support level right here, and hoping that it settles there in this support area, because if it does that, we are gonna be good and this would be continuing its uptrend. Up next, we still have SFI on our top 10. So yes, as I have drawn, it wants to build a support somewhere. So I'm not sure yet. This was just a hypothetical support area. But let's see. Let's go back. see what happened here. So yes, it did touch our box right here, but it's still on that downtrend in the 15-minute. This is a 15-minute downtrend. Okay, so you see more context. So it does want to build a support right around this area. So I'll move my box so that you can see. Actually, I'll switch to 1 hour. There, see, now for like more than a few hours it held on this level and even bounced up a little bit. So yes, I'm hoping that this level holds up. This would be a nice support area to watch out for, as it maybe hopes to build a support level right here before creating a bounce, because if not, it could retrace all the way here. If this support doesn't hold up and it breaks down at some time in the future, you'll be looking for support around this area at 0.14. But if it does bounce up, we're hoping that it forms a level of support right here before going back up and showing strength in this price action. But yeah, we saw a negative 160k and we saw a negative almost 4% today, closing in at 0.1620. So we shall see what happens. But yes, let's move on to our next one with MG. We haven't seen this stock in a while, huh? MG. So as well, let's see what happens. What happened here? Time for me to create a story and tell you guys what happened into this one. So yes, definite resistance for me is right here, 0.67. And we do see a support level right here. It's respecting that area. So I'm gonna draw this because it touched this resistance before. There is a wick here, a body that closed here, bodies, a lot of wicks right here. So I'm calling this as a support zone. And then this also, we had a massive rejection from this area. So it went down back here, as if from my understanding it went up here, but then it opened here. Whatever happened here in the middle, it kind of touched this support area the most. So I'm hoping that this candle settles above. Let's see, let's just draw it as this, hoping that it finds support on this level. So if it does close, let's say it pulls back right into this zone right here, hopefully that does create a support level right here, right on this area. And if it does, hopefully we could see bounces up here and maybe creating higher lows along the way. So yeah, hopefully it bounces right there. But if not, watch out for these support zones and this support zone and this range to be just continuing. So yeah, let's see, wait as well before for it to find out a support level that it wants to hold, and then maybe that would be a safe area for you to accumulate shares on this one. So up next, we have AR on our last spot right here on the trending stocks. It's still going up. It's maintaining this slightly uptrend. Yeah, this trend line, and it really does want to break out, but it hasn't done so, and it even lost 1% today. So still indecision with this one, as I would say, but the price is slowly closing higher, and now it's at 0.58, but definitely indecision here, and it really wants to break out of this resistance. It tested it more than once, twice, and maybe 3 times soon. So yes, we shall see what happens. This is definitely attempting to break this. So this is an ascending triangle. We shall see what will happen on this one. But for now, that's it for me. Let's go back to PSEI just for a quick recap. This is a great move that PSEI is showing, up 115 points. It really does want to form maybe a lower high, because we might still be on this downtrend. Maybe it'll just form a lower high right here and then get rejected, but then we have a support area right here. So if this support holds and it keeps staying above this, above 6800 and 6900 range, we should be hoping for the best and looking good with this one. So yeah, PSE, do your thing, and hopefully you retest this level at 7,000 points, 7,100 points, and hopefully you break above it, because I'm seeing a huge candle here. So we could have a huge candle next week again that could maybe pierce through the 7,100 mark, 7,100 mark. So looking good for PSE today, as the foreigners, the foreign buyers are coming back in. So yes, that's it for me today. That's it for the daily top 10. Once again, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell down below, and let's hit 20 likes on this video at least. So yes, I'll see you guys next week or on Sunday. Hint hint for the tutorial video. So if you want to see that, stay tuned for that one too. So yes, have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy this weekend, get some rest, and as always, stay patient, be disciplined, and strive to be consistent with your trading or in whatever you do. So that's it for me. I'm Japhet once again from the Arc of Trading, wishing you all a restful weekend.